Hi, Ken. You have lots of energy today. Yeah. No. Well, I messaged you at 7.
Yeah, yeah. You messaged me at 7 a.m. and I just woke up like an hour ago, so I got energy. I'm awake. I got medicine for that though. Yeah.
I I'm gonna check and see if it's mirrored. Oh, and it is.
I didn't unmirror you.
No, you did. You did.
Oh,
That's what I mean. You did.
damn it.
To the 10 people who are in here on Twitter right now,
Yeah, I see crypto Twitter in the
you're a
chat. How
mirror
goes it?
image.
So Amina, how goes it? Saul keeps asking when moon. I think when moon is when Bitcoin is preferred over diamonds for marriage proposals. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll take Bitcoin.
Yeah, I, I
I'm
have a
sorry.
I have a feeling Bitcoin engraved or like I would say like protected like where the diamond like covers the private key. Those kind of rings might be that's when moon.
I would like separate words of the seed phrase engraved on the inside, and like
Ooh,
maybe both partners have a different set, so it's half and half.
I like that. I
That would be
do.
cute.
That is an interesting like 2FA type of deal. You
You
get
have to have
half the
them both,
keys,
yeah.
I get half the keys, and see,
Now, people will say that there are kidnapping schemes associated with this, but I am sorry to inform you that there are kidnapping schemes associated with all of it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, somebody takes my wife and they're like, "We have your wife. Give us the other half of the keys, or you don't get her back." It's similar to like just give us all your money from your bank account. There's still schemes involved.
Well, yeah, I mean, also it's like a real question of morality. Like they took your wife, are you going to give them your ledger? And like, what does that say about us?
I don't negotiate with terrorists, so sorry,
Oh,
honey.
same, same.
I don't. My Sats don't go to terrorist wallets. Sorry, I don't even think terrorists use lightning. Fuck out of here.
Probably not.
So how you been? What are your plans for 2020? Because we're almost through. We survived 2019, Rachel. We're
You scared
survivors.
you made me think it was 2020 just now.
No, we got a couple weeks.
Um, I'm okay. Yeah, we made it through 2019. It was a rough and turbulent year, but here we both are. All of us, in
Strong
fact.
hands.
Yeah, New Year should be fun. I want it to snow more, and I'm like tired of this like little bit of snow. I'm working on some new stuff. I've got a new show coming out with Tim, which I'm excited about. You know Tim from Bits and Tokens.
Yeah, Tim with the awesome
Yeah,
dreads. I'm so
yeah,
envious of his hair.
yeah. Me and him are starting a Friday show, so we're gonna start chatting Bitcoin and pop culture and just sort of like shooting the shit on Fridays, and that's gonna be fun. So I've been working on that,
That's
but
cool. Bits and Tokens, what's up, guys? Just make sure if you're listening, check out Bits and Tokens. Shout out to Annalise and Tim and everybody over there in Miami Bitcoin Center.
got really formal. I don't check out Annalise or Tim. Um, I'm kidding. I love them, but yeah, they love that anyway. Um, yeah, just working. I have a new apartment. I keep coming online with people and talking about how I'm eventually going to have something behind me on this wall, and I still don't, but that's okay. I have a nice big couch. I've never actually had my own nice big couch, so it's a big deal.
You went from Deegan to just home living. How's that transition been?
I don't know if there's really such a large transition, but it's nice. I mean, I was really just traveling everywhere for so long, which was a good time. But I like having my things in one place. I have so much less stuff than I did before May when I left my apartment because I really just donated so much. I had a tiny little storage space while I was gone, but that was about it.
Yeah, when I was traveling a lot in 2018, I pretty much never saw my home. So I was just like, at the time I was living with somebody. So I was like, if I didn't have anybody, I wouldn't have this place. And then 2019 comes around, I started traveling less, settled back into a new place, and then I moved again. Finally got this sort of situated, and yeah, it's been a crazy year just from going from like the hardcore traveling to sort of like the settled in, trying to focus on content and stuff like vibe.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I am too. But like, as comes the winter.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on crypto moving forward and the space? Because a lot of people constantly talk to me about like sponsored content and making it as an influencer in the space, and sort of like you get paid to go to conferences. That must be so cool. I'm like, dude, I honestly think this well will dry up overnight. Like the moment Google allows Coinbase ads again, and Facebook and Twitter and all these companies start allowing advertisements from blockchain companies, they're probably not going to be paying us anymore, and they're just going to go to the legacy industry and go through the marketing channels that normal corporations go through.
Just the very first thing I want to say in response to that is it's super funny deja vu, because I feel like you said that pretty much verbatim when I was over there at your house and you were on a stream with Bagsy. Like I was actually sitting right next to you where you are right now, and I think you said more or less exactly what you just said. I just like,
Well, we were
anyway.
talking specifically about sponsors and
Yeah,
stuff, but it's not like you do a lot of the work in the space as sponsored content and get paid for this and that. It's sort of like what I think a lot of what you could have been working towards if the space had that still going, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's I think it's definitely going to be a different industry for sure. We're so new right now that a lot of people have been doing that for a long time, but there are going to be better ways. I believe that.
yeah, well, you have your parody videos, so I feel like that's like a very niche, marketable
I'm so
avenue.
I'm just a niche individual, I
You a
believe.
niche bitch. Oof, soundbite.
That's a soundbite. Um, but yeah, no, the music videos are super fun. I'm still working on those. They just take a lot longer to get out. So it's a lot of work getting into them. So it literally, so like the really really extreme ones that I did in the beginning, those, I mean, those I spent months on before crypto finally even existed. So the way it looked was I came out the door and was just like popping out these music videos, but I had literally been sitting around for maybe 3-4 months actually creating those like 4 videos that I started with. So the turnaround time seems to be a lot longer, but it's just because I'm here now. It was easier to do it when I hadn't launched, honestly.
Right,
So I'm
right.
still working on it. It just does take a lot longer, and I'm sorry for people who are like excited to see a new one.
I
And it
people
has,
ask me all the fucking time, "What's Rachel
yeah,
working on? Is there another parody? Like, is she gonna do this or that when topics arise?" And I'm just like, unfortunately, like, and I kind of know your process. But if a topic or a situation or something arises in the space, it kind of becomes old news so fast. It would be hard to pump out your kind of content for it to be relevant when it does actually come out.
it is. And what's funny is I was actually writing a new song, and it was pertinent to the New York malt scammer, and like what went down with you and him and like all the Twitter stuff. And it's really fucking funny, Ken. It's a really good one. But I was literally, as I was writing it, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, by the time I get this recorded, by the time I get the audio reproduced, by the time we shoot a really dope video that I think it deserves a live action, because it's really it's really fun. What will it be 2 months from now? Like, if I'm being realistic with myself about actually getting that content out, back with the Britney video and stuff like that, which isn't even live right now, but I edited that one, the entire thing myself in 2 days. I felt like I was gonna die. Sometimes that's what you need to do, but they really do take a lot. A lot. So like ones like BitPay, or because I bought high, I had friends who actually helped me with some of that, because there are so many different steps and layers. Um, the song that has the stuff about Jorg and you is super funny. It's Kesha. Um,
Oh, I could see that.
and it's how Kesha woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Can you
So
get
I can
who
kind
I
of.
woke up in the morning feeling like? Can you
You
guess?
are you gonna say York Malt?
How Finny.
How Finny? I was like, I don't know. I'm not. See, this is why you're. That's your. I'm like, I'm not a lyricist. I don't know. York. Oh,
It's funny.
I do like that. Woken up feeling like how Finny.
Woke up in the morning feeling like how Finny. Anyway,
Tweets working on
um,
Bitcoin. Yeah, no, that's actually, see, now I want it to exist. But I mean, is there anything that
Well,
you're working on that is coming out that people
I
could expect?
I mean, that one is gonna come out because it's so good and it's got a whole beat to it. The thing is, you know what's interesting? This is an interesting topic that I haven't talked about very much that you bring up when we talk about the Twitter stuff as well, and it going out of relevance. Part of that I was thinking as well. Well, am I playing a part by drawing attention to these people? Because I don't just isolate Yorg in that song. I'm talking about scammers and fake satoshis. Craig Wright's a part of it as well, and it's something along. I think it's along the lines of like tonight Craig Wright's going to start a Twitter fight. Yorg Malt had assault. And I played with that. I was like, he's got a cult. Anyway, but it's really fun, and you have to do it with the music and everything. And I'm really loving the process. But at the same time, I don't know that I want to draw much attention to what they're doing.
Right.
Why give them some more spotlight? Why give them a platform? When they've already been doing what they are with the platforms that currently exist, why draw more parts of the community to them? So that's a question that I sort of struggle with as well when it comes to some of the creation. As far as the songs that I have right now, I just released a new one a few weeks ago. I've been focusing more on like some educational content. Again, with what I'm going to be doing with Tim from Bits and Tokens, and I also want to start talking more about Bitcoin and media overall. So like the same idea as the parodies, which is just that we should have a fun way for more people to get involved, and for an average consumer to say, hey, like that looks like fun, like
Yeah.
let me watch something like that. And that is inherently what I was doing with the music videos, but it exists in places like television and songs. I want to talk about what Netflix is doing because it's super interesting, honestly. I don't know, Ken, if you watch a lot of Netflix, or if you have noticed that over the last 6 to 9 months, they have been deliberately in Netflix originals, specifically, I have noticed dropping information about cryptocurrency. And
Yes.
it can be 2 minutes in a scene, but Netflix original series and Netflix original movies, specifically Netflix as a brand, what they are pumping out, they are starting to talk about cryptocurrency. And I find it fascinating.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I actually just took a clip. I don't know where it is on my computer, but I just took a clip yesterday of Magic for Humans. It's a show on Netflix, and he mentions Bitcoin in a magic trick. And I took a clip. I was going to post it on Twitter. And you're right. Especially like you mentioned, Netflix originals, they're constantly, it sort of feels like it's like meme culture promoting. It's like a mock you respect. Like they're mocking and respecting the culture of crypto by mentioning it in a joking manner, so people aren't so I think overwhelmed with the seriousness of it. And I think that meme culture in crypto is like a great bridge of not mass adoption but like mass awareness. This is how people become aware of this by the masses.
You're gonna fucking love what I'm gonna throw at you next. This is gonna be your favorite thing ever. So, okay, so I believe that, but I also heavily believe that big media knows what they are doing. And as a local tribe, big media does put out certain information to different outlets that are owned by their umbrella
Yeah.
company. And so we're using Netflix as an example of one of the smaller companies that are receiving the umbrella information and putting it out. So what I find interesting about what you just said, in that they're making fun of it, and they're sort of putting a dystopian twist on it. We're seeing more Bitcoin references in stuff that we would refer to as sci-fi. So
Yeah.
it's fiction related. It's almost like it's not even real. It's an underground world, something that you might not necessarily associate with. But what I find super interesting about the associations with something like electronic currency with science fiction is it rings so similar to what has happened, and people are going to go like, oh, fuck, wow, this is when this theory went fucking flat. But, government and television and media and, aliens. Let's talk about the broad term of aliens. We bring up aliens, we make it unbelievable. It becomes science fiction. It becomes something that's so in your face, unreal, that there's no way that people could possibly believe, oh, there are actually species in the earth. They're actually out there somewhere. We don't believe it. We don't associate it, and we don't adopt it. And in a larger scheme, of course, there are other living things in the world that are not on Earth, in the world, in the atmosphere, in the space, in the fucking other planets. I'm getting out there with this one. But my point being, by putting this manufactured image up and having us believe right off the bat, oh, this is science fiction. This is never going to be real. This isn't going to take off. The mainstream actually gears their eye away from it, which allows more stuff to happen in the shadows.
Hmm. I
Um,
could see
and in
that.
the same way that you might think that like our intelligence or our governments are letting things happen in the shadows when it comes to broad subjects like aliens, you can't imagine they're not doing it with topics like currencies.
Right, right. I know the U.S. Navy just announced that like every UFO video that's out there is a legit video of unidentified objects flying around, and the UFO community went ape shit. They're like, oh, they're like adding like seriousness to it and taking away from like the joke of all the mainstream like. Oh, that was UFO. You must be a crazy person, or you
Yeah.
use Bitcoin. You must be a crazy person. But I think that is an uncontrollable agenda. Like they may have that intention, but it's up to the mainstream, the individuals how they perceive it and actually consume that joked information and that like sci-fi aspect. When they see Bitcoin accepted or a Bitcoin ATM at a local 7-Eleven, like right down the street from where I'm at, they have a Bitcoin ATM in the 7-Eleven. It adds more credibility and seriousness to it, and I think that is the positive side effect that I don't think the mainstream like that is perpetuating it as a joke and a sci-fi tool is ready for.
I mean, absolutely. There is positive. And I talk about that all the time. Like, let's just get it in front of people, have people
Yeah,
thinking about it. If they learn about it in the first place, they'll research it. And,
I remember when any TV show would mention the word Bitcoin, all of crypto Twitter went apeshit and the price would go up 10%. Like, that's how easy it was to move the prices. Oh shit, Big Bang Theory mentioned Bitcoin. Oh! And then the Big Bang Theory made Bitcoin look like it was the dumbest, hardest technology ever, and the smartest people on TV couldn't figure out Bitcoin, so why could you?
hmm and that was, what was that, 2014, 2015?
2015, yeah.
2015. So yeah, that was at that time, every single media portrayal of Bitcoin really was hackers, nerds, and criminals. It was exactly that. You can't use it. It's super elite. Don't even fucking try. And I think it's really interesting that that portrayal is actually changing over time. And while it is getting more media mentions, it's not necessarily all, hey, this is impossible.
What did you
It's
think of that big movie called Crypto? It was like a big movie. It was like a Hollywood HBO type style AAA movie, but it was like
honestly, what's funny about like what our community is that people say I've heard of that. I've seen like references of that, but there's just part of me that just like doesn't believe it was actually a big movie.
it's
You
so
know,
bad. It's
like
so bad.
I didn't see the movie. I did not see the movie because, and I would have seen the movie like if I was certain, like, oh yeah, like this is like fucking Johnny Depp playing the king of
Yes.
and like they sold out the box offices and stuff like that. But it just, I don't think that's what it was.
Well, it
Like,
had like major Hollywood actors in it. I
they
can't
didn't
remember their
feel.
names, but like yeah, they're like real actors and it was like a real movie where it subtly mentions crypto and like sort of the background of the plot line and
He's called Crypto. Okay, who's in this movie? I'm looking at it now.
yeah, when you say their names I'll remember, but it's like it's two big male roles that are playing in it and
Not Alexis Bledel. Yeah, Alexis Bledel's in it, which is wackadoodle.
yeah,
Kurt
yeah.
Russell.
Kurt Russell, that's the name. Yeah, Kurt Russell was even in it, and that's where everyone was going crazy. And I was like, but the movie itself, it was just such a bad movie in general that I think it was one of those like it didn't matter for Bitcoin at all because it was such a shitty
No.
movie.
I mean, I just don't think like I barely heard of it outside of our community, which isn't, what you
Well, I
want.
think it was for that exact reason, right? It's not supposed to. And I like content and the way media makes things that it's not for that community. Like I wanted people outside of the crypto community to have seen that movie because they're movie buffs or they're just fans of the actors or actresses and they get subliminal crypto knowledge through that and then that's like sort of the Trojan horse, but even then many people still haven't seen it. If they did see it, they didn't even understand like the plot line of the crypto part of it because it was so poorly written.
I mean, I think naming it crypto is also like cheap.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Um, I'm looking at it now. It got like nothing on Rotten Tomatoes. They hate it. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny. It's crypto. It says crypto. It says critics consensus. No consensus yet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's so I don't know. I'm like looking at 2020 and like you mentioned with Netflix is subtly dropping it and crypto having its own movie called Crypto and
Mhm.
I think there was another movie I can't or TV series I think it was on Hulu where these kids were selling drugs using crypto to sell drugs on Silk Road. Um, I can't
I
remember.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a really good show. Like that actually I think was a really good show for crypto. Unfortunately, it's kids selling drugs on the internet, but the way that
Yeah.
they explain the tech, the use case and everything, it was very well written unlike the movie Crypto. But anyway, like I was saying before I digressed, moving into 2020, I feel like we may see more legitimate informative well-written things about this space because of the amount of influence that the holders in that space like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West made an Instagram post like 3 years ago about we got into Bitcoin and they had like a physical Bitcoin hardware wallet type deal at a poker table and everyone went nuts and I'm like Hollywood starts to get interested in this if the elites start to get interested in this they lobby for the stuff to be made or in general we have pretty well off investors in this space in general that are incentivized to promote and produce content. So I'm waiting to see, like, there's so many people in crypto that made money that spend it on stupid shit like Lambos. Well, wait till they start making more money and start spending it on dumb shit like making movies.
That's
Crypto
true.
Twitter presents Bitcoin the movie.
Crypto Twitter presents.
We could crowdfund that.
I feel like we'll be old news.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember like fax machine Twitter? Like that's what I feel like. We're all like every time I go to a conference for Bitcoin, I'm like I'm at a conference for email technology. This shit's going to be so boring soon. Like when Bitcoin is mainstream, when blockchain technology is mainstream, it's going to be just as celebrated as plumbing. No one really celebrates the fact that you can flush your shit down the toilet and it just goes away. But that's amazing technology. They used to
Yeah.
have conferences on this amazing technology,
So
but then it
it
became so household.
is I'm sure they still do have conferences, but it's only the nut jobs like us who are still showing
Right,
up.
right, but it's not as celebrated. It's not as renaissance. It becomes
No.
ingrained technology that's no longer revolutionary because it's implemented now.
Is Amina in here right now? I just saw the notification. She just retweeted this, and it's the world's worst still image of me.
Oh, shout out to Amina.
Do you see it in your notifications?
Yeah, I see her in the chat. She just said smash that like and subscribe.
I know. But Ken, do you see the image?
So, no, I don't. I'll have to bring it up real quick. But I do
Clear,
have
clear
PFC.
notification.
PFC Wells in the chat said even anime on Netflix is mentioning Bitcoin. That's actually
Anime.
fucking gangster.
Which anime?
I just asked which anime.
Yeah, I
I
want to know.
think he sent me a link.
What? The image, right? Yeah. No, don't show more people. Super fucked up, Ken.
I am retweeting Amina's tweet immediately.
Hate you. I try so hard to be fucking mirrored, and then you guys come up here, sneak on me, take horrible photos.
That's fucking great. Yeah.
Worst.
Thanks for the share, Amina, and everybody tuning in. Much appreciated. Sorry I'm not paying too much mind to the chat, guys. Head on over to float.app for the chat there. I posted the link in the comments, but that's the chat being displayed at all times on the screen there. It says, come hang out with on a Zoom call, Kenneth. Who's that 8-3 Kubo? Okay.
Who's that 8-3 Pubo?
I'm getting debt-free beaches, then eating badass steak. I don't know. Hit me up on Periscope. All right. Dude, I'll hop on a Zoom and chill. Fuck it. Send me a DM. uh,
Steak.
we got Club 80 in the chat. How goes it? Yo, what's up, Coop? How goes it, bro?
Hi, Coop.
Much love, bro. We're crypto finally. I see what you did
Today.
there.
Not today, we're not.
Oh, okay. So, let's see, man. I don't know. the let's talk hopium, man. Everyone's getting all high on hopium right now for the next Bitcoin halvening. Anything got you excited for this space outside of stuff like that? Like I don't know. I guess like you do you look at anything as indicators for this space, or are you just like going through it?
I'm just here, man.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm just here. I'm not even like I can't do that to myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the halvening in this sense, but I've already survived one halvening, a fork, and a DAO hack, and everything else from exchange exits. I mean, I feel like I'm desensitized at this point. Like, nothing can excite me in Bitcoin anymore. Uh, and I feel like as people get into it, they get to get that emotional high that we all used to get. And I started to see this when I first got into Bitcoin in like 2015 and 16. People that were already in Bitcoin for 4 years were already burnt out. They were already at that point of, nothing can impress me. And I'm starting to get to that point too, where I'm just like, everyone's so excited for things because they're just getting into it and they're just like, they're so hoped up. And I'm just like, yeah, it's all inevitable. Like, relax, who cares? And people, still get excited when they see like the ETF proposals and when Goldman Sachs Circle bought Poloniex, and I'm like, yeah, that's all gonna, it's just inevitable shit. I'm so bored of it. I don't think anything excites me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. It's just how it's going to keep rolling out until it gets bigger.
Right. I mean, we're just sitting here watching paint dry. That's how I feel right now. Like at the point of where we're at in, as far as mass adoption. I say it with quotes because I really don't think we'll see mass adoption at the level people expect to. But mass adoption is still mass adoption at some level. But when we see that, it's gonna be at the point where people aren't as interested anymore. Like the we want the average person to care as much about crypto as we do, and that will never happen because you can clearly see that those people don't care about a fiat as much as they should. The currency technology has become desensitized to them. They just use it because it exists, and I feel like that could happen as we slowly move forward to that mass adoption point with Bitcoin. We're going to see people less and less impressed with it because it's there and it works. And same thing with like debit and credit cards. Who the hell's impressed Visa works? Who cares how it works? Nobody's impressed that it works because they're
Yeah.
desensitized to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never thought twice.
Yeah, yeah, that's me with Bitcoin now. I'm just like, it'll work. It'll work.
No one
There's
throws
smarter people that'll work out like, oh, what about Segwit and the Mimble Wimble? I'm like, oh, not my job.
fucking Visa 10th anniversary birthday party.
Could you imagine? Oh shit.
Like
What would
everybody
that look
celebrating.
like? What would that even
Everyone
look
puts
like?
out happy birthday Visa.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What would that ew, that's a weird concept to think of, like celebrating, basically financial theft at the 3% transactional volume. 3% on every transaction, that's
I'm
Visa.
sure they throw a huge party.
We should throw a rest in peace fiat party instead of one of those like Bitcoin birthday parties. We should just put fiat to rest and just have one of those funerals for fiat.
You know what the sponsorship package should entail? That they should just give us all their fiat so we can burn it.
Like the
And
scene
by
from
burn it,
Dark
I
Knight.
mean throw a huge party with no ROI.
Isn't that every party though? I feel like every party has no ROI, even in Bitcoin.
A massive party, and we're gonna call it the rest in peace fiat party, and we're gonna spend all the fiat.
I like that concept. I actually think a lot of the crypto knots and Bitcoiners would probably get behind that. I know every time I buy crypto with fiat, it's almost like a metaphorical version of me setting it on fire. And I think people could get behind that concept. And I think Pillar does the unconference, which is something sort of similar to that, which is like a no ROI conference. So shout out to Pillar for what they're doing. I never got to make it to an unconference, but I do hope to.
I mean, we could do a crowdsourced burn your fiat party, and everyone can donate to burn their fiat.
We could do this. It would just we should do an ICO that's just called Party Token, and people can buy our ERC20 Party Token, and then we're just going to use the money to party.
Well, we can put all the money into, yeah, we put the money into the party, but we have to, it has to be something we can spend. So it has to be like a crypto that's taken somewhere, because otherwise, how are we going to burn the fiat and spend on the
Well,
party?
people will buy our Party Token with their Bitcoin on the exchange, and we use their Bitcoin to then spend on the party or Ethereum, whatever they
Yeah,
want to use to buy our shitcoin. We could do this. This is how ICOs are born.
we are going to ICO.
I wanted to ICO. I have my own token on the Steam network, and it's called Ken, and there's only 420 of them. Very limited supply.
Of course. Obviously. I didn't know you could, I didn't know, well, I did know you could do it in the Steam network. I'm just not thinking about it.
Steam minus sign, whatever the technical term is for that, engine.com. And
Okay.
that's where you can create your own Steam token very easily. And I know Steam, it just made it so you can create media tokens on the Steam blockchain through Steam it now, because they just like, I was at that Steam meetup yesterday that, dude, there was a lot of information that I don't see on the internet yet, so maybe it won't leave the meetup. And I'm not going to be the one to say it, because there was a lot of people like, please don't say this. But there was so much like leaked information at that meetup about Steam and Steam and all this stuff. I'm hella excited right now for Steam.
For Steam?
Yeah, hella excited. Like, they're doing some shit, and I'm excited for them. It's been a
That's,
while since we've seen Steam evolve.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
dude, they've been
true.
stuck in this like purgatory like beta stage forever.
Yeah.
So I guess this sidegress and digress and move on to I guess conference talk. I'm so like over it. I was just showing somebody my stack of
Oh,
badges. And I'm so over conference. It's an echo chamber. I see maybe 10% new people at every conference, and it's the same 90% every fucking where I go. It's the same people, the same presentation, the same keynote speech, the same everything, and maybe 5 to 10 random shit booths that are just straight up scams or shit in general that will never exist because it's shit. But like, cool. There's some new stuff popping up at these, but it's become an expensive echo chamber to the point where people that don't own crypto aren't going to a conference about crypto to learn about crypto.
oh well, no, for sure. They're definitely not. Not
It's all a circle jerk. It's, hey, will you buy my shitcoin if I buy your shitcoin?
everyone's trying to sell their shit coins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over the conference life. I don't know if I'm going to many in 2020. I know I'm going to Miami, I'm going to
I'm
Vegas, and I'm going to Canada. Those three conferences are probably the only three I'm getting out of bed for.
I'm not. I'm not gonna go to Miami. I'm tired.
Oh,
Uh, well, you're only like an hour away.
you're like an hour away from me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
So
My
like, come hang out, and we'll take a flight from here to there, and it will be fast.
Oh my god, I don't want to go to Miami, but I'll come hang out in Philadelphia. I came and hung out in Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For our last meetup, dude, that was awesome.
I was there.
You were there. Actually, people were asking about you at the Steam meetup too, so you were inquired.
I was gonna come. I was just like literally dying. I've been hanging out over here, literally just content stuff, trying to make sure I'm ready for the next couple months, sort of. I have to get a camera. This isn't cutting it.
Yeah, get a real webcam. I got one of these Logitech HD 1080p camera
I think
things.
I just ordered. It was like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah, it has the best reviews from any cam girl. So like, if cam girls approve of this webcam, I know it works for me.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Facts. So you're not going to Miami? Are you going to any? Is there any event that you're looking forward to? Like, I know San Francisco has Tony Hawk speaking there, and that's like the only fucking reason I might go.
The Bitcoin 2020 conference.
Yeah, they got Tony Hawk the keynote, and he's bringing his mini ramp,
It was
and
fun last time.
yeah, no, it was really good. They had Edward Snowden call in, and I thought that his talk was really interesting and pretty unique in the sense of like some of the stuff that he was saying I haven't heard regurgitated 50 times at a conference, so it was kind of refreshing. And I feel like Tony Hawk may be able to bring that same like new perspective, new keynote kind of a vibe than seeing the copy paste. Like, I love Nick Spanos, but dude, it's literally the same shit on stage every time he gets up there.
Oh, Santa.
But
uh,
I love him. But again, like, he did his presentation in Toronto at Futurist. You were there, and it's an American scripted speech that he was giving to Canadian citizens that just weren't vibing with his Federal Reserve nonsense.
yeah, so they don't have to put up with this bullshit. Um, um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, San Francisco, maybe. What is that, March?
Yeah, I think so. Shout out to Bagsy. I see you in the chat.
Hi, Bagsy. San Francisco traumatizes me sort of as a place generally, but maybe I'll make it out there. Sorry, San
I
Francisco
just want
people.
to flex my crypto Twitter powers and just be like, hey, San Francisco Bitcoin 2020, I'm Ken Bozak on crypto Twitter. Get me to meet Tony Hawk. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
how often will I
Tony
be able
Hawk
to use that?
will meet Tony Hawk if we go,
That's
Ken.
what I'm
But
saying. That's what I'm saying. I can guarantee that I will meet Tony Hawk if I
yeah,
go because of who I am and the space that he is in.
yeah, same. But that's not the point. The
It's the
point is
point for me.
San Francisco is a traumatizing location.
Well, they should move their damn location. I don't know. But so besides that, I mean, are you going to World CryptoCon again next year or for Halloween next
I
year?
mean, I feel like it's an entire year from now, but right?
Well, that's the stuff. See, I'm trying to plan 2020 out and get my flight. Like, the earlier we booked these things and everything's cheaper. And I did so much last minute stuff with traveling for these events that I've learned my lesson, and I've stopped. I have to stop procrastinating and having like travel anxiety and doing things last minute because it's so costly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I
I
don't have
feel
a I did that last year, like for this whole last time when I was traveling, going to conferences. It had all been planned out for so long.
so. What
But
was the point of going to all these events and traveling for crypto? Finally, there was obviously a reason behind going, and I'm just curious. Like, did you get out of what you thought you would get going to all these events?
yeah, I mean, for me, this was my first step into the space, so it was really about getting to know the community. And I feel like I've gotten to know a good portion of the community, especially the ones, again, like you said, who come out to these conferences. We see a lot of the same faces, so I spent a lot of the time like really getting to know a lot of the same people in different places, which was
Mm-hmm.
kind of cool and interesting, and it provides a lot of really awesome experiences, because you're never, going to the same bar down the street, that kind of thing. You're
Yeah.
always fun, doing something fun. And I really had a great time. It just, it gets tiring after a while in trying to pack the right bag. I literally like leaving stuff at my mother's house, like being like, I can't take this with me this time. Like,
Yeah, packing for traveling sucks. All I ever do is bring pajama pants. I stopped bringing shirts. Like, I will never bring a t-shirt to a conference ever again. I just only have to pack socks, underwear, and my pajama pants. And that's it, because you get so many. I went to the meetup last night and I got this awesome Splinterlands t-shirt. So, like, I got 2 shirts for free yesterday just going to a meetup. I have too many crypto shirts, so I don't have to pack any of those anymore.
yeah, yeah, I've sort of stopped taking them. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I'm sorry, I have too much swag.
I just like don't like clutter. I'm not into it. And I like the shirts, and it's not that I don't like the brands. It's just like, I like to have space and room for mental thoughts as well, not just crypto swag.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Yo, what about the dude? What was the name of that company at Futurist that was paying all of us to wear their shirt? I can't remember the name
Oh
now.
man, I don't want to. Let's not do that.
That was funny. No, no, because that happens a lot at events when it comes to these things. And it wasn't just for like content creators or influencers or whatever the case may be. It was literally for
Just
anybody. Anybody who wanted to wear their shirt would get like $100. It was fucking awesome.
it was like 50, and it was funny because I saw a picture of these two girls who were wearing their shirt, and in the photo you could see they were holding like cash, like fiat cash in their hands. Like each girl had a $50 bill in her hand in the photo that they posted, and I went up to them at the conference and I was like, guys, like,
You should have got Bitcoin. You fucked up.
yeah, it was funny, but they're really good guys anyway.
No, no, because like when I go to a lot of these events, I'll end up wearing random swag because I like the swag, and people will be like, "Oh shit, are they paying you to wear that or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, I just like the logo or like the brand or whatever." And then sometimes it is the case where you get sponsored to like just shout somebody out.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage people that are like, how do I do this and stuff. Like, it's better to start trying to be in the space now than later, because I think that this well will dry up eventually. So like, if anybody's in this space that's like, man, I want to go to these events and whatever, just go and start being more well known in this space. Start putting yourself out there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm sorry. I had to move my computer because it was going to die.
I like this background.
Ugh, it's less comfortable for me.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
I
very
like my
comfortable.
couch.
Is that a futon couch?
No.
Oh, it looked like my old futon. Oh no, it looked like my old futon top. I was like, memories.
No, I don't have a futon. I have a, oh my God, I can't get this right. It's not pronounced chase. It's pronounced cat. What is it called?
Mm.
Like those flat chairs that you lean back on. A chase, a case, a cat, something like that.
I'm not bougie enough. I just call him a chair.
I got it from IKEA, but
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say that lamp looks like it was from IKEA.
this lamp.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the
Oh, you know, that one
standard.
was from Target because IKEA does make them, but I don't like the ones that IKEA makes. They're like round at the bottom and they've got too much stuff on them. The Target ones are like still like $10, but
I feel
I
like
have
everybody has that exact lamp though. It's such a
that's because
default.
lamps are expensive, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I have nicer lamps in the bedroom over there. Let me see. How do you pronounce it? Pronunciation.
You know what's funny is YouTube will probably have a video of
Chaise.
somebody saying it.
A chaise.
A chaise?
A chaise. It's a
I don't
chaise. I
even
have a
think I've
chaise.
ever heard that word. So, a chaise.
It's I'll show you a picture.
Yeah. Did you use any of those crypto platforms to get like crypto back, or use crypto to go shopping for anything?
A lolly. I think lolly's super cool, honestly. Oh, so I bought some like CBD products. Honestly, I it's only what? How long has CBD been like a thing that they're manufacturing and like giving to people all over the
Yeah.
place? Honestly, I bought some off of Groupon, and I was like, "What is the world coming to?" But Lolly has a great Bitcoin back on Groupon. The story comes together.
Oh, so
Um,
all of Groupon?
yeah, so I actually got a bunch of Bitcoin back buying
Interesting.
some CBD products on Groupon, which
That
is
is actually really cool.
yeah. So that was solid, and like I use it because I get really bad neck and shoulder pain, and so I buy all the lotions and stuff and do all
Mm.
that. And they sell it on Groupon now, and you can get Bitcoin back when you buy it.
Yeah, I just started having these more things pop up on my feed about like the Fold app. Like I don't know if you've seen that, but it kind of just came onto my like scene, and I'm just now looking into it. But you can shop at all these places, and you can use crypto and get crypto back or cash back for purchasing things with crypto. So you can either use your credit card or you can use Bitcoin to buy stuff, like gift cards or whatever, and then you get your crypto reward back or your cash reward back.
That's
Right?
cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really key. I think that's an interesting way to get like more people involved in it without directly involving them, because it's too much like at once for people. Like, why should I use Bitcoin? I'm like, well, you're in a first world country like America. You really shouldn't use Bitcoin. It's stupid for you. You have everything else that works. What you could do is use Lolly and just get some for free, and then use that to buy more stuff. Like that's how it's for you in a first world environment.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. And it's awesome. I mean, like, I don't know how much Bitcoin back, but yeah, I have like $15 of Bitcoin back in my Lolly wallet.
Do you use Pay?
No, I've just been
Fuck.
using. Is it another extension?
Well, it's like if you hook your credit card up to it, and because I use crypto cards like the crypto credit card, you can link your card to PEI, and every time you like buy an Uber ride, you get Bitcoin.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what I'm saying. And like every Uber driver, I pretty much say, hey, look, if you just do what you do normally, but link your card to pay, you'll get Bitcoin randomly.
That's awesome.
Yep. And it's a really
Okay.
a decent amount. It's not like, a tiny little faucet. It starts to add up.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
And
I
there's
mean, I've
so
seen it.
many.
I've seen it. I've seen a lot about it. I just haven't actually like dived into it yet.
Yeah. Have you ever used Purse.io to shop on Amazon?
No, I think you were telling me about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can save like 20% just because you're using Bitcoin to shop. And it's really easy. You just go to Amazon, you pick what you want, and you pretty much just put it on your wish list. Or you can take like the web address, you can copy paste the address bar and just paste it in Purse. And you can just finish your shopping experience from Purse by picking your item off of Amazon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's like tons, and these are like ways I get like random people interested in it that could care less about investing and making money. Because so many
Yeah.
people, believe it or not, could care less about making money.
Yeah. No, it's also they like, this is my fiat. What's going to happen to it, you know?
Right, right.
So it's nicer to just give them some Bitcoin.
Yeah, I gave my bartender some crypto at the meetup last night, and I tried to get other people to tip the bartender, but nobody. I'm pretty sure, and I have his public address so I could check. Nobody else but me gave the bartender crypto as a tip for serving us at our Steam It meetup in Philly. It was a big meetup, bro. There was a lot of people there. It was huge. There was like dozens of free food. There was so much free food, even I couldn't eat all of it. It was amazing. And I don't know, this bartender was just like kind of staring because we kept doing presentations, and I see him wide eyed sometimes, like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? So I went up to
Yeah.
the bartender, I set him up with a wallet, and I showed him how it works. And he actually ended up, before I left, he was like, yo, the place down the street accepts Bitcoin, because I guess he Googled like Bitcoin in the area. And he's like,
Oh,
dude, I could use this right. I'm like, yeah, you can go right down the street and just spend it. But I don't know if that's anymore the right message. I'm starting to
yeah.
feel like giving away Bitcoin to people might not be the best thing for Bitcoin, or
Yeah.
is it?
Just like that. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just having people understand that they can use it because it seems so hard.
It seems like I'm burdening people with crypto now. Like when I give somebody
You
a
do
10,
that.
yeah, it's just a financial burden. It's like, here's a pet dog for your birthday, and you're just like, the fuck, I gotta raise this thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to get different feels towards like how I even try to on ramp people, because I think I'm overly excited about the space, and that can be a deterrent to people that are just not so as enthusiastic of the revolution.
Yeah. Maybe. But you know what? I don't want you to change.
I can't. I just I don't know. Like, and here's the thing is I am changing, Rachel. I've come to so many conclusions in this space as I dive deeper and deeper down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. And my perspectives of my core beliefs of what Bitcoin and blockchain and all this really is and means, and where I see it going, changes all the time. I know I just posted a tweet the other day that had all of everybody mad at me, and still probably is, but I am
Me?
starting to see more eye to eye with Roger Ver about Bitcoin Cash,
Oh,
and it's not something I want to agree with him about. But the more I start to dive down technologically and start to look at the fundamentals and kind of apply my own philosophy towards I'm starting to align my thoughts more with Roger and Bitcoin Cash, and it's not something I'm happy about. But I keep changing.
wow.
Yeah, I'm not
You
super
heard it
stoked.
here first.
I'm not super stoked. No, I tweeted out, and even there's a big Reddit thread where Bitcoin Cash people and Bitcoin are clashing, talking shit on me. I just got the notification
In
today.
Reddit?
Yeah, there's a really big Reddit thread on Bitcoin Cash about me today, and it's
About you.
yeah, people are going in on me, but it's cool because like I'm learning stuff about myself now. But like that's the thing is I I will never not be me, and if I do change, I'll be me but different. And like I'm gonna keep evolving, and I think we all will when it comes to how we personally see this space. Like I don't believe Bitcoin will ever be mainstream anymore. I'm totally over that. I really don't believe Bitcoin will replace the US dollar ever. I'm totally over that hyped fever dream of Bitcoin maximalists. Like the Fed now is making their own shit coin. In 4 years it'll probably be some USD coin backed by the Fed and all this other bullshit. But Bitcoin will be there. It'll be an option. It'll work. It'll be used, but it won't be as mainstream as everyone projects it to be.
Not probably in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime. No, no.
Yeah. One day.
Possibly, but
You know
I don't
how
think I'll ever see it.
what's going to happen to the Earth? The sun's going to get too close or something.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, even with without all that, it's just money keeps changing. So it depends if we see like a government, like the U.S. government, say everybody has to use Bitcoin to buy oil. We're replacing the petrodollar with BTC. That that's what everybody wants. And we just saw like what last year in 2018 that the United States Congress finally started using digital documentation. They were paper documenting everything up until 2018. It took them that fucking long to use like a hard drive.
That's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we're creating this amazing technology, and the integration is going to take forever, 100 years. You know what I mean? Like, not like you said, not in our lifetime.
Probably not, unless we can live forever. Hal Finney's in cryo.
Yeah, so is Walt Disney, and but and the incentive to get those rich motherfuckers out and alive, the bounty
Hal
on their
Finney
health.
is in cryo.
We're gonna see these
I
people.
say to you.
It actually tells me that I need to get more Bitcoin so I can afford that shit myself.
Well, I mean, like, what paradise do you think he's waiting to wake up to?
Yeah,
You
it's
know, like what paradise
well,
where he is the owner of it all.
yeah. I mean, like with Back to the Future and everything. If you went into cryo 20 years ago and woke up today, you'd be pretty fucking disappointed that you don't have a flying car.
Yeah, yeah. I meant more in the terms of Bitcoin.
Right. Well, look at all these forks. Hal would just be baffled, probably insulted. Fucking Bitcoin Satoshi vision.
I'm gonna assume that everyone in cryo is gonna be woken up with
Facts.
really cool technology.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I worry about Bitcoin as well as the bounty, the incentive to break it, that reward, the reward for figuring out how to cure these diseases and wake people up out of cryo and all this stuff, like Hal and Walt Disney and all this crazy shit. The incentive to break Bitcoin is even bigger. So we have like Google working on quantum computing. I don't know if you noticed this. I think like 3 days ago they posted that they have officially created a quantum computer that they can say is a quantum computer because it fact checked a quantum computing test. So it didn't pass the test. It basically tested a test and it was like, "Yep, we're a quantum computer. We're able to do quantum computing." So if they were to focus that on the bounty that is Bitcoin, with just focusing on one address, like Satoshi's address, trying to figure out Satoshi's private key, cracking that equation, that reward is so lucrative that to think that it will never happen is just insane. Like, we will have quantum computing because Bitcoin is incentivizing that. And if that's all Bitcoin is here for, is to incentivize the creation of quantum computing, then I think Bitcoin did its job, and it did a great job doing
That's a good take.
it. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd.
I was talking about how it's similar to aliens, so that's cool.
Well, I think if Elon Musk were to just say Bitcoin will be the official currency of Mars, that's really all we need from the CEO of Dogecoin.
For sure, for sure. That was a good day.
That was fucking hilarious. And that's the thing is, in this space, I like wonder if that's like market manipulation, right? Like, it's all it takes. He got in trouble for smoking weed on Joe Rogan's podcast for market manipulation, for hurting his shareholder stocks by smoking weed on a public platform. But he can say he's the CEO of Dogecoin and pump that shit like 100% in value.
That was funny. That was interesting. I
I
wonder
don't.
what I wonder if it was calculated.
Yeah, somebody. I mean, I don't know. That's what I think about that still with this space. We're so early that I don't know if these price movements will see the volatility of such events where like Warren Buffett and Jamie Dimon say Bitcoin, and even Donald Trump, they all say Bitcoin's, bullshit, it's a scam, it's whatever, and Bitcoin doesn't pay attention anymore. It doesn't go down. And we see Bitcoin on Netflix originals every day now and it doesn't go up.
Yeah. Sorry, you froze for a second there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My internet just said that I've been using it too much, and it told me that we're running up on time.
Okay. That's
Um, so I guess to wrap things up, anything that you wanted to discuss before we go? Did you want to talk about anything in particular?
Man, I feel like we talked about a lot of things. As always, it's your girl. Uh sorry, I was gonna go all the way into it. Coming to you live from the Ken Bozak podcast, not another. Um how goes it, bro? Um,
I
so
do want
yeah,
to
that's what I had to really say.
I do want to shout out Agartha. I see you, Agartha, and I invite you onto the podcast, bro. I feel like Agartha has been one of my longest commenters on YouTube since like 2015, 2016. So I appreciate you being here, Agartha. Much love, bro. And
My
everybody as well. I appreciate you guys stopping by the chat, saying hi, and how goes it. And finally, we finally get to do this. I guess I won't see you in Miami, which is a sad face thought. But I think Alex Machinsky's doing a Celsius Network meetup in New York next month. So
Okay.
I should be up there. If you're going, let me know.
That'd be fun. And I'll let you know if I get back out to Philadelphia. I'd love to come out, or maybe we can do a meetup together in Philadelphia.
We should just do a finally meetup. Like we can just I know people that would sponsor it. We could get a venue, some beer covered, and we could do a cool crypto finally meetup.
I think it sounds like fun. Finally, in Ken
Yeah.
meetup.
Well, Wendio came out and we did a meetup. Tone Vase came out and we did a meetup. So like, you know, people come out. We do meetups here in Philly. It'd be cool to like put one more organized together for you so you can actually present.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here. Maybe if you're in the Philly area, stay tuned. All right, guys, we're out. Have a day, and don't forget to mortgage your house for Bitcoin. That's my financial advice.